Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast, brought to you by our patrons, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And I'm Tyfyghtr.
And Tyfyghter is pulling double time from being on Drive Check last week.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I recall, the title of the episode was something like, what if Premium was good?
Yeah. Like that.
And then they had you on for that. So
Yep.
we're having you on because they released the Volume 3 of the producer letter, which, contrary to popular belief, is not the Producers 2 coming to Broadway. Instead, it's the next set of stuff they're going to do. And you talked about it on your channel also, right?
On Twitch, yeah.
Twitch, okay. Anything in particular you wanted to highlight, or?
I mean, I feel like, for me, being the premium guy, there's that one spot where it's the play environment for premium, and it says, we have noticed a number of major issues. It's like, yeah, there's a lot.
And
so it's just...
sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, it's nice that to just have that be spoken by the powers that be, finally. So like maybe something is actually going to happen for once now.
What, for them to finally be like, hey guys,
burn it all.
Shit's fucked up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's scary about Premium, right, is it's a bunch of major issues covering up other major issues.
Yes, yeah.
And so it's like several layers of like really, really problematic cards that are just like obviously like New Dio is like everyone like, and probably Gastila, everyone's like forefront, right?
Yeah, the big
like cards
boogeyman.
have just been like constant problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like you get if you ban just those two, right? Then you have this whole other swath of problems.
Yeah.
Is Pale Moon too good? Is
Gold Paladin too good? It is a like an integumentary system, layers of skin of problem cards. It is zits on top of zits on top of boils on top of zits.
It's a really bad case of back knee.
Yeah. See also High School for me.
I don't think that Premium will be solved with one ban list hit.
Oh, for sure. This is gonna take a bit.
Anything more than like, it needs. I think it should be like what Nue. Nue, Gastile Huang is like a start, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And probably Zazan, because fuck that card.
Yeah, Zazan needs to go.
Yeah.
Like, you have Tempest Sphere as like a mini Zazan, and that has counterplay. Zazan does not have counterplay.
Exactly.
And however they want to deal with Blade Master and Valk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a number of ways they could go about that.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are saying they want to errata stand triggers so that they can't stand the attacking unit, but that is, like, and I get why, but that's like the least elegant, or one of the least elegant solutions in my opinion, when I feel like you should just errata the Vision token and Valkyrion so that they only drive check on the first battle of their turn, like every other rearguard drive checker that they've had before in the game.
Yeah, I think that solution that the latter one there is the most elegant one.
Yeah, because then you still have like a fun kind of like meme deck you can do that maybe will win sometimes, and it's because like then you have to like change the rules on stand triggers, and that's just confusing after 10 years of having like, I don't know. I get why people want it, but like I just don't personally think it's the best way to go.
Yeah. Also, Taro to 1, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. I tried to play Premium against our friend Richard from Nexus Core, where I literally brushed the dust off of my Great Nature deck.
Dang.
Like that. And got my balls rocked because I had not touched the deck in a year or 2 years, I think, at this point. And as it turns out...
Gold Paladin, dude.
Yeah, and as it turns out, restanding talented rhinos over and over doesn't matter anymore. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Was he playing that list that he used for the producer letter?
Yes.
Or not the producer letter, the you know what I'm talking about, the YouTuber collab that they did.
Yeah, it was that one. Well, because the best part was like who's on the producer. who are the content creators, and you could guess a couple of them, but Richard's like,
Yeah.
that's me in the middle. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm wearing
Richard
a hat.
wore a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he wear hats?
No, he doesn't.
I've never seen him in a hat.
No, he doesn't really wear a hat. I mean, it's California. Sometimes you wear hats, but like it's not
Right.
really part of his look.
Yeah.
But
It was so funny because I didn't know who the people were until I got sent the article before it went live, and so even I was like, all right, who's the it was Guardian I didn't know, and I didn't know Richard, and everybody was like, is that 50 cards? Is that just Solemn again? Because of the hat.
Could you imagine?
yeah.
And then I saw it was Richard, I was like, hey, yeah, that's cool. I liked seeing that. That was good.
So on this producer letter, we're not gonna read the whole thing all the way through because why would we?
It's lengthy. Yeah.
It's lengthy. Also, there will be a link to it in the show notes right there for you to go read yourself.
They probably all read it, honestly.
Yeah, but was there anything else we wanted to cover on this? Because they said some stuff that made some waves.
So
I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the biggest thing for me is like basically like dates for ban list updates.
Yes.
Like
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, like basically just having something that's like, oh yeah, we're gonna update the ban list like even around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we're gonna say something about it, even if we don't think it, like even if nothing happens, right?
Well, because that's been a thing before, where they'll be like, we have a new ban list, no new changes.
Yeah.
Instead of just, oh, we'll do it whenever we want.
Yeah.
It's been pretty random before.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's good too, the fact that they have like concrete dates, because like we were mentioning just a second ago, how like it's gonna take more than one list, because like there's when we take care of what the most glaring issues are right now, there's probably like a whole host of other issues that are just gonna bubble up to the surface. And so the fact that we know like, okay, October 1st we have a ban list, and that's gonna be like the first one, and even if that doesn't solve all the issues, we know that February 1st there's another one coming that can hopefully take care of it even more,
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about that, like, when talking about ban lists before, where, like, even for Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you have, like, what is it, August and February, or whatever it is? Or July and January, whatever it is, where you have the 6-month interval being something that people are starting to look forward to. They're like, oh shit, January's coming up, everyone get ready, stuff is going to happen. Even if it's like little stuff, it's still this major paradigm shift that everyone is ready for and will be okay with as time goes on. I think the initial revelation of them doing more often ban lists might piss some people off, but maybe not.
I can see that, but I think like since we have like concrete dates, I think it was Solemn who was talking about it, and he was like, it kind of gives you an idea, because like it should be plain as day, like what is a problem and what isn't, as the format goes on. And so since we have dates, it's like, oh well, if February is coming up, maybe don't pick up the busted tier 1 deck that is probably going to get hit, so you can kind of like save yourself some trouble there.
Yeah.
Are you saying now's a bad time to get into Murkamo?
Yeah. Although I do have a Yasuie premium list that you can fall back on. If you need to.
That sounds awful. I will pass. Oh no.
My favorite thing is that Matt has this like weird checkered history with Murakumo, where like he would play it while simultaneously just ripping into it.
So it's this thing, right, where it's like the deck is it's like playing a low tier character in a fighting game. Like, I know this is bad, but I'm gonna do anything in my power to try to win games.
I want to play Kirby in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Even if it's I used to play Kirby in Melee, actually. Puff like a loser, but like it's just one of those things. You're just like, I'm just gonna play this character. I'm just gonna play this because I think it's neat, and it's gonna be really bad, and I'm just gonna accept that, right?
Yeah.
But you have to be aware of how it's bad, right? Otherwise, like it'll never do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are definitely games when I'm just like, the only way I win this game is if my opponent doesn't know what my cards do.
Yeah.
Which in Vanguard, that might actually be something that happens.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to play against the Tenma. Didn't ever see it.
Yeah.
Because you're dead before it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of it, I think. We've already kind of covered in other episodes about, we're only getting one lyrical booster a year despite getting 4 nation boosters for everything else.
Look, I've complained about this enough. I don't need to keep talking about it.
I know. I'm just trying to cover all our bases because I know there's going to be at least one listener who's like, well, how come we didn't talk about this thing on the producer letter? Like, a lot of it has been covered either in other episodes. Yeah. The main reason I wanted to get into this episode was they revealed the effect for avaricious demonic dragon Greedon, which I've been calling Neckbeard Dragon, and you can't stop me from calling it anything else.
Stop.
What do you want to call it?
Greedon.
Yeah, its name.
Fine. What? Look, I've seen other people calling the bear with the antlers glow nipples, so...
I've only heard Care Bear. That's a new one for me.
I actually don't remember the name of that card at all.
Me neither. Like it's glow nipples
Gianna, I don't care.
Gianosla or something.
Gianosla, yeah.
Sure.
Glow nipples. Anyway, so, Greedon, Ty, do you have the effect up? You want to read it?
I do, actually, yeah. I pulled it up at the perfect time.
Perfect.
So... I think it's Avaricious Demonic Dragon Greedon. Continuous in Vanguard. If your soul has a Demonic Dragon Greedon, the number of cards in your damage zone for you to lose becomes 7. And then auto, at the end of the battle, this unit attacked, Soul Blast 2, put 4 of your stand rear guards into your soul, stand this unit, and if your soul has 10 more cards, he gets plus 15k.
I get it, because the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So basically,
you
get a 3 attacks. You get a 13k attack, a rearguard attack, or a 13k attack, a 28k attack with 10 cards in soul, and then a rearguard attack with stacking triggers stuff. I think this card is whatever, personally. I don't know.
I think isn't it technically because of the grade 2?
The grade
like
1,
the grade 1.
Both of them, really.
Yeah, the grade 1 gives the guard restrict, and the grade 2 gives plus 5k. So it'll be like an 18 and then a 33.
Yeah, 18's a lot better than 13 because you're not 2-card guarded by a trigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would make this card probably but you pretty much have to play 4/4 of the ride chain, right? Oh no, I see. Yeah, you probably still want to.
Okay, so I'll just run through the rest of that ride line real quick. So the grade 1 is when rode upon by the grade 2 in the ride line, you reveal a Greedon from your ride deck and draw a card, so free draw. And then when placed on rear, put from rear into soul by your Vanguard's ability. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, counterblast, and then Battle Door still. I can't tell if that's for the whole turn or just for that Vanguard attack.
It says,
it's for the whole turn.
It's for the whole turn. It doesn't have any other qualifiers on it.
Sweet.
Well, it says, yeah, but the problem is, like, the Greedon eats at end of battle.
Yeah, but you still got it for that second attack. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but you understand the issue there, right?
Yeah, of course. But
go on.
Let me finish here. So the grade 2 is when it's rode upon by Greedon, you put a card from your hand into soul, search your deck for same name as this card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. And then in your soul, if your damage zone has 4 or more cards, Greedon gets plus 5k. So that's that. It would have been crazy if it was like, all right, you search for another copy of Greedon.
Right.
Put it in the hand and shuffle.
Holy shit!
But that effect also means that you can like put your persona right into soul from the get go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like that the grade 1 can be used in Barrow Magnus for Battle Door stills all the time. Great.
I really like that.
Oh, it had to be put
Yep.
in some regards, which is a little annoying, but not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the way they've designed Greedon, so it's thematically similar to Borrow Magnus enough that you could probably mix some of their supports together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might have to, honestly.
Yeah.
I think what's cool is like obviously for 4 more damage, your attacks become fairly formidable, especially if you have like 2 Boshoku in Soul, and just being like 23 and then 38,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is pretty good. But I think that it is a pretty hefty cost of the eating 4 standing rear guards, which is a minus for 2 drive checks, is a -2 for a couple extra drive checks.
And you rob yourself of those attacks also.
Yeah, and like you can't like obviously nobody's boosting your Vanguard here, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna print anything that says like call out from Soul, like or like call it out from Soul whenever it gets eaten or whatever. Just because like they probably don't want to even entertain the idea of three Vanguard attacks.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're not gonna pull a raging form in V.
No, for certainly not. But I think I would like to see some. Trying to think of right way to word this. Something to eat rear guards like during main phase would be pretty neat.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of be able to activate the Gorman like early.
Mm-hmm.
Although it has
So-
to be from Vanguard effect, so
Yeah.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does it have that?
I assume
Because
so you can do it with
to
Barrow.
keep
Oh
Bruce
my
from using
God.
it,
Oh.
Oh,
because otherwise Bruce has like Marjorie,
Marjorie.
has Protobulb, and then
yeah.
if you do that like on your first attack, and then you have a battle door effect for the entire turn with things like Leonard and stuff,
oh that'd be sick.
Bruce tier 0.
Yeah.
We were making jokes about this in the group chat where I think Ruby brought up that you have to be extra careful of Bruce, so they're probably going to tie stuff to Greedon specifically. And then I
That was
joked
Chris.
that was Chris, sorry. And then I joked that you should just have the effect be like, if your Vanguard is not Bruce,
Yeah,
It's-
there you
right.
go.
you get to do this.
I mean, that's what it's turning out to be almost.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Look, they gave Bruce top tier support. Like they don't have to cater to him too much anymore.
True.
Our friend James said, Greedon, quote, Greedon doesn't look very good at a glance, but I think there's potential since it's following what I think is their general design philosophy for grade 3 bosses in Overdress, which is the grade 3 skills are generally pretty, quote, basic and somewhat flexible that can be drastically improved / changed based on the type of rearguard support that they get. So... I don't know. We were ripping on it all day for the most part, but I think James has a good point.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Like we were ripping on Eugene pretty hard, but I think all it takes is like a couple of good. Solid...
I think Eugene needs a little more than a few good things, but yeah, no. If they print like some nice busted rear guards that Bruce just can't abuse and be better anyway.
And the worst part was like the way to get around that for a while was if you have this many cards in Soul, and then they got that second order where it's like Soul Charge for
Pandemonium Tactics.
Pandemonium
Yeah,
Tactics. You're like, well,
Yeah.
shit. Nah.
Yeah.
that's a create a card, right? Like that card doesn't really exist.
That's a Barrow Magnus support card.
Oh yeah, Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 4, no other
Yeah.
Yeah, they straight power creep to the one where he's like getting, the xenomorph is coming out of his chest. Or it's Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3, and then grab something from Soul or something.
Did you also have to put a card from hand into Soul or discard or something?
I think so. So yeah, Pandemonium Tactics, straight power
Yeah.
creep.
It's wild to me, like the support that Bruce has gotten since it's kind of like the equivalent of Spike Brothers from old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spike Brothers before would get like just like actual trash support. Like they'd like occasionally remember to support it here and there, and it wasn't until like Legion era that it got accidentally good.
Yeah, with bloody bad end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun deck.
Japan, that was the double R Legion. It wasn't even the triple R Legion.
Yeah.
So it was really like an accident.
Yep.
It It was so funny.
Yeah, shout out
it
to
was
our
like,
friend
was it-
Jared.
Yeah, there you go. I think it was like Emerald Blaze and Silver Blaze that were like the actual like big
Yeah, because
like
they were
main
based on
legion.
God the Emperor.
And it was like this is the one you're supposed to play, and it was like, wait, no, we can give plus 15k to everything that attacks on a break right turn.
And then like the Ogles just attack forever.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you're just like, well, I'm gonna do this for 1 billion years. Thanks though.
24
maybe
goes
like
into
Psych
soul,
Brothers.
get another one. 24 goes into soul, get another one. 24 goes into soul.
You just keep doing that.
Yeah, and this was back in the day of triggers being 5k
Yep.
on check.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it was great. And, if back in the day when people would be like, "Oh, you have like 7 cards in hand," I'm like pretty set up to defend against a break right turn.
cut to.
Right.
And then you were just like, "Uh huh."
Oh
don't even
my
know what
God.
How
Fight
times
does.
have changed.
Yeah.
I don't know, but overdress I can have 7 cards and feel okay sometimes, but
Yeah, you can have like 4 triggers and 2 perfect guards, and there ain't nothing getting through that.
Yeah.
it wasn't like what was it G era where you could have like 10 cards in hand and be like, have 1 PG and be like, "Oh, I'm dead."
Yeah.
Yep.
Although in Zorda you'll have like 12 in hand and like 6 of them will be orders, and you're like, oh shit, I'm dead.
Yep.
But what were you gonna say?
Just be Bermuda with 2 heals in hand and G, and you just can't die.
There you go. That's the
Yeah,
way
there
to
you
do
go.
it.
Rest in peace, Ellie.
So, has the interwebs been sending you any like applications for premium with this guy? With Greedon?
I think it was Derek Dow today. He was posting some stuff in Pale Moon because there's like some cards in Pale Moon. I don't know if I can find the tweet, but it was like a couple of cards that call themselves from Soul when something is placed.
Mhm.
And that's the thing too, is just Excel markers in general, right?
Oh.
Is that gives you even more circles
Right.
to where you can sit there and you can loop over and over. I don't think I
I
found
posted
the.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah. There
Okay,
we go.
let's
Misdirection, Brassy Bunny, and Silverthorn Clown.
Surname? Yeah. But I can understand Misdirection and Brassy Bunny, which pop themselves out when something else goes. But, so at the end of the battle, if this unit boosted a Vanguard, you can counterblast one if you choose a card from your soul with Silverthorn and call it to rear. So I assume... Oh, because it's put it into soul, so you call it self back out. There you go.
Mhm.
Got it. And then the other thing is not important.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, so basically you can get infinite attacks or like attacks till you deck out, I guess. Kind of like Songstar,
kinda.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so
but it might be a little easier. I don't or different. I'm not sure if it's better or worse.
Yeah. Pale Moon's one of those clans that I'm interested in, but I haven't played, and I know they can be pretty technical, especially with plays like this.
Oh,
So-
yeah. No, like, you remember, yeah, the Songster loop and this thing, they're pretty memey, but, like, even just playing the deck, quote-unquote, normally, or
Mhm.
doing all this multi-attack stuff really does take a lot of patience and a lot of fucking up. See, most of the regionals I've went to in
Right.
G and Premium era, but yeah, it's a really fun deck to play, but it's also one of those things where like you are constantly tuning and changing and messing with the deck just because like changing one card can throw the whole thing off.
Yeah.
So, hooray! I guess that's the thing. Also, someone else pointed out that yes, you can soul blast your copy of Greedon from Soul and lose.
Yep. The second you lose the conditions for a continuous skill, it stops being a thing.
So that's fun. Like I just like the idea of somebody going, okay, I don't know if there's are there any G Guardians that soul blast for the within Dark States? Like I don't know if I don't
Maybe in Gear Chronicle.
think, maybe whatever.
Gears surely has one, right?
Yeah, probably. Oh, Header Around, but that's
But that's
Chronojet.
locked to Chronojet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I
whatever
think
it
one
is,
of the Ularu's soul blast.
Probably.
I think.
maybe that would be pretty
Maybe that's
funny
a
though
counter blast.
if it's like
You,
you just kill yourself on their turn.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Like
give you
you
the
know you're
satisfaction.
going down, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm not going. Like, you don't get to decide that. I do.
And it's like, you could have just scooped. This is more fun. Get up and walk away.
Yeah.
It's taking away their win.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't win. I lost.
I guess that's the equivalent of,
alright,
like...
well, the match slip says I won, so.
Wasn't there a guy who brought, like... This is before the 60-card deck maximum for Yu-Gi-Oh! There was a guy who brought a deck to a regional that was, like, 4 feet tall.
Yeah,
And it
it
would
was
take...
like 2,000 cards, I think.
Yeah, and it took him so long to shuffle that they were just like, all right, get out of here. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then they put the card maximum in place.
I know Magic has a rule where you have to be able to sufficiently shuffle your deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, like, it pretty much avoids any of that kind of nonsense. But it also makes Battle Blitz unplayable.
What's Battle Blitz?
Battle of Wits.
Oh, Battle of Wits.
So Battle of Wits is a 5-mana enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, if your library contains 200 or more cards, you win the game.
Oh.
So, but you have to, like, not only draw it in your 200 and X card deck, right?
Yeah.
Also cast it and resolve it for a whole turn.
Yeah, without it getting popped off the field. Yikes.
Yeah, so it is. It's already. It's kind of a meme deck. It usually plays like either a control deck. Because there was one that played like a like an aggro deck at one point. It was weird. Anyway, it's mostly considered bad and unplayable in paper anyway.
Okay.
You're not able to, like, legally shuffle your deck, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So if Yu-Gi-Oh had the same rule, they could have avoided this just based on, like, you can't shuffle your deck, you can't play.
Well,
Yeah.
every law/rule has a name behind it. So.
Yeah. Although I think it's like technically be able to shuffle it without assistance, and I think that guy had like somebody going around with him to help him shuffle the deck.
There's like a picture of it, right, with like carrying
Yeah.
deck box.
Yeah, it's like this
they
big
both have it on
glass
their
thing.
shoulder.
Yeah. Imagine being the assistant guy, right? Where, like, what are you doing this weekend, like, at work? And he's like, oh, I'm going to a regional for this trading card game. What? Yeah, but I'm not going to play. I'm just going to help a guy shuffle his deck. Oh, is he, like, differently abled or something? No, it's just really big. Bye.
They had like a honestly they had like a Greedon looking vibe too. Like if you see the picture, I think they were both like wearing fedoras and suits and stuff.
Yeah.
Now you see why I call it Neckbeard Dragon.
What a picture.
What a picture.
I wonder what that deck was. Was it just like every legal card in the format or something?
I think so.
Just say if you go back far enough, you just say that's your extra deck before every fusion.
Yeah. Well, 3, because that's Yu-Gi-Oh's limit.
Oh, 3. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Whatever playset is in Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays.
Yeah. I know we've
With their
completely gone off on a
localized
tangent,
dragon.
but fuck it. Like, this is more fun. I was going to ask, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you think you could run 4 copies of Eclipse Moonlight in Prison just for the token? And then, because, like, some decks will, like, tech the one, but because it loses so hard to control and just making a board, wouldn't it be nice to just run those just to have them? And then, you know, leave them in the back all game or move it up to attack with it if you have to. Am I stupid?
I think I've seen some Prison decks like run like there was like a like beat down Prison list. I remember seeing that ran like a good, I want to say like maybe 3 copies of Eclipse Moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's like it's because it's like a wash, right? Because like you're discarding the order essentially to get a card on field that basically that card is like there's a call cost on the token of Counterblast 1 essentially.
Like in my head, I noticed that a lot of stuff usually when it gets killed isn't because your opponent is crafty enough, but because they really hate turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, just having the token there, some people just kind of forget. Or they'll just be like, so it's a vanilla. So you just keep it back there, and then, like, you run Bulbul Mines in that build to, A, make up for the wash on that, and B, like, I guess it's like a good booster, and then gets out of the way, and then you can put something else. I don't know. I'm still kind of kicking around this idea, because I ordered a a playset of Bubble Mines because Lemon, when that comes out, is gonna be wacko. Can't wait for that. But in the meantime, I thought that would be interesting.
I can see why you wouldn't play it, honestly.
Bubble Mine?
Kind of,
or
the order that makes the token.
Yeah.
It feels like you don't know what you want to be doing, kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I lost 2 out of 3 games to Eugene with Prison, and then I was like, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah. It turns out that getting your shit blown up every turn isn't fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can blow up their shit or something.
You can, but they don't really They don't really do a lot of counterblasting. So they just go, all right, counterblast 2.
Yeah, correct.
Get my dinos back. Cool, great, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care. And all of your card advantage is coming in the latter half of the turn.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that somehow seems not great.
Guess I'll have to test and find out. But
yeah, there you go. See, I just main Barrow, and so whenever I go against Prison, I'm just like, yes, please take my on-play Soul Chargers, so that I can call them back out and get more soul.
Were you the one who put that meme in the subreddit, the Doctor Strange meme?
I don't think I did, but I did definitely see it today, and I was like, haha, I do that.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that I hope that ProZD is proud of us for
right.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Zorga to get some actually good support.
Yeah,
please.
You got that reveal today with the Blitz order that's like kind of garbage for the most part.
Yeah. God.
Only works on a rear
guard. We need to put orders
guard.
in hand, please.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
I really like the Stoikeo one that finally lets you countercharge. Finally, cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it was designed for
Alolan
Maelstrom, but like works for what's this fit? Magnolia.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what it is. Well, because I was running this thing called Swell Assault, which was on hit, 3rd battle or more, it retires itself to countercharge, which is like, ew. This one is on 5th battle or more, no matter where it is, put it in Soul countercharge. So much better. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like that. I like the little dude that Soul charges too. If your Soul's empty, it means I can be a lot more aggressive. All that good stuff. Ty, you excited for anything coming up in set 3?
I'm really excited. Well, I guess maybe not really excited, but definitely like anticipating the Barrow support. There's the one, I forget what it's. I think it's the grade 2, where you can choose any number of normal units from your Soul and return them to your deck.
Yeah.
So that way I can not worry about decking out in Barrow Magnus.
Right. And also get like important rear guards back out of your Soul.
Yeah. It's because like I remember like back in the Cardfight Con tournament, that was like one of my losses. Actually, was like, well, I either kill you with this drive check or I deck out, and it looks like I deck out. So
one of my losses in the Cardfight Con tournament was fucking dying to Vanguard Insider, and then he won the whole thing.
Yeah, well, there you go. That'll do it.
Yeah.
So I gotta roll better.
Yeah, there you go. I still am just floored by the fact that over half of the over triggers checked in that entire tournament were from one person.
Yep.
God, must be nice, honestly.
Sacked his way all the way to second.
Yeah.
Did not pull the over trigger when it counted.
Yeah, that was another one of my losses too. Is it was actually my first one was against Orange, and like she checked the over trigger, and it was my first big push turn with Barrow, and I was like, oh.
Well, I lose.
Turn in. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, there is something I do want to see from the ban list I don't think I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
A prison hit, or a prism hit in V. I think basically every new card they've shown for V is like mostly irrelevant in the face of Prism.
Except for like new Batama.
No, I think I think there was one. I don't think it was Nubatama that was okay. That was like okay into it. But Prism is like really gross.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to see. I think V is pretty interesting if there's no Prism around.
Yeah, that's what
But
it
I
is
think
with my friends and I.
way
We just,
too
none of
good.
us play Prism. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But Prism
I
is
just don't play
really
V.
gross.
So.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just want like I want to see like could you like do a choice restrict on Ellie or I don't know, Vert or Lise or something like that. Ellie and something. It's just hard to deal with it when they have like a bunch of advantage and also Ellie's defense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. So, I guess anybody else got ban list once before we close this out?
Oh, not really. I don't really care about premium as a format all that much right now, and I doubt they're gonna do anything to deformat at the moment.
No,
I don't
but
think they need
there's
to
no
yet.
changes on Gonna Riot.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
'cause I think-
definitely not gonna do no change. They have correctly identified that there are a lot of problems in the older format, so
Yeah, because there was that line that stuck out. We have noticed a number of major issues, and I think like in the letter too, he started like right from the beginning. It was like we will be making major changes. Although he does say in parentheses in comparison to previous years. So I'm like, well, in previous years we've had ban list announcements that said no changes. So
Yeah.
like banning 2 cards would be
But in-
major compared to that.
But in previous years, we've also had Katarina and Ichikashima V2, right?
Yeah. The new Ichikishima, that was like emergency banned, and then
Yeah.
like instantly.
yeah,
Or the Zon.
yeah, and then like Katrina, I think that was like actually like on an actual like proper like ban
I think
list
that was an
announcement.
actual ban list.
Yeah, if you can call it
Yeah.
a proper ban list back
But they
then.
somehow
Well, like-
missed Castile question mark?
Yeah, right.
Multiple
And everyone was
times.
just like
Multiple times.
Castile has always been like I don't know how Castile abandoned all those ban lists, but whatever.
They've had it too good for too long.
Yeah.
True. That's what I'm saying.
My favorite part about that letter is like with the start of it being like that. It's the equivalent of that meme with the guy doing like "shit's on fire, yo."
Yeah. This is fine.
Yeah. No, it's we gotta change stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just Dastile is my big one. I think.
Yeah. Same.
I think New Dio is actually higher priority.
Probably.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because
But
I mean,
it's easy to do both, so do both.
yeah, definitely do both. Because like I commentated for, geez, it's been a couple months ago now. I commentated for Vision, and it was for the premium top cut, and then the tops for that tournament, it was like all Nue Dio. Like the top 3, the graphic was just Nue Dio,
Dio,
and
Nue
Nue
Dio.
Dio. And I was like, I am not having fun. I'm not having a good time. This is not good.
Deck is just miserable.
Yeah, and that's what I hate too. Is like, I want them to like do some hits too that just kind of like free clans to kind of open up a little more, because like I think Nue Dio and Hyuga is like a perfect example, because if you want to play Murakumo in premium, you play that, or you're not really like playing Murakumo. You know, like
Yeah.
I joked really about how I have like a Yasuie list, and that list is fun, but it's not like gonna do anything in this current meta. And even Shirayuki, like Shirayuki is also a really fun premium deck, but with Nue Dio exists, it's like, why would you play Shirayuki? You know, so I would like them to like kind of, even if something isn't a problem, maybe like hit some things to kind of like diversify deck building, so that you aren't just shoehorned into like this one thing that the clan does right now. You know what I mean?
That's what happens
Yeah,
when
I
your
think-
clan sucks for literally a decade.
I think the problem with Murakumo is that their G support was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're basically like in the position where like you have no broken G guards like everybody else.
Yep.
You have like pretty much no good strides, minus Nue Dio.
Hmm.
And so you're like, well, if they hit Nue Dio, like what, you're back on Tanbo loop or something stupid,
Yeah.
which is just bad.
It's the equivalent of doing a bunch of commands, getting the rainbow ball / hourglass, and then all of the commands resolve at once. That's Nue Dio.
Right.
But
I
yeah.
do think Shirayuki could step up, because Shirayuki has like a really fun finishing turn, just because like, I don't know, well, playing that deck you can get people to like negative 27k,
Mhm.
and then you can have everything with Shirayuki in its card name attack from the back row. and like I run like a couple copies of Metamorphox, which copies the name of something. So
Mm-hmm.
you just call a Metamorphox to back row, it copies Shirayuki, and even just that 8k is incredibly threatening when your opponent has negative 27k power. And so that's really fun. And then if they try to block, you use the other Shirayukis to counterblast and minus them another 10k. So it's like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
That's funny.
Yeah. I guess now would be the time to ask the listener, what do you want to see on that ban list for either format? Do you think Greedon is good or not on Greedon?
I think it's very meh.
Yeah.
Like, the card on its face is definitely very weak. I think it's highly reliant on like its rear guard support, right? And I think like right now, very reliant on the grade 1 specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm still
Just
waiting.
print a busted grade 3 rear guard that gets like a bunch of power for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Easy.
Either that or a card that like attacks and then restands, but it can't attack again. So it's like stuck there, and then you gotta
Oh,
suck it
yeah,
in.
maybe.
Yeah. But Ty, thanks for coming on Nexus at Night with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, always happy to have you. Where can people find you out there? Follow you.
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Tyfyghtr. It's TYFYGHTR. You look that up on any of the major social things, and you'll find me there.
Yeah. And the rest of you?
You can find me, Matt, at Wiggums, 2Gs, 2Zs on Twitter.
You can find me at Plasma Eclipse, also on Twitter.
You can find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, or you can find my other show, Generation Dan, on any podcast app, or you follow us at Nexus at Night. Want to help support the show? Patreon.com/Nexus at Night. Bonus content, all that good stuff. Thanks to Darren, Cole, and Josh for being our $10 patrons. Oh, by the way, Ty, I wanted to ask you. So, are you gonna do that Battle for the Ty thing with Ty Sama or what?
Holy crap!
Is that gonna happen?
I totally forgot that he asked about that. Bro, my life has just been so big. Maybe. I need to find some time, but
Yeah.
maybe.
Let us know, because like he's in our group chat, and he's a weird one. That guy. My favorite thing is I love seeing him like get in fights with everybody on mostly the Vanguardians Facebook group, but it's like
There you go.
he just goes for the jugular. He does not give a fuck.
Dang.
That guy. So good luck to you if that ever ends up happening.
Yeah,
Let
that's
us
the
know.
thing too. Is like I don't know a lot about him, but I do know that he likes Link Joker and Chaos, and so it's like this could be like a fun like thing, but also, do I really want to sit here and play against Chaos if I don't have to?
That's fair. You could probably make him do D, and then he's playing Orphist against you.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Easy.
Yeah. I don't know. We called dibs on doing color commentary on the fight.
I
so.
did see that. Oh,
Yeah.
man, I'm glad you reminded me of that because I totally forgot that was a thing.
Fuck yeah, keep us posted. I hope whoever's listening to this is like, wait, they did plugs, but there's stuff after that? What's going on? Well,
I'm also confused. Don't worry.
well, thanks everybody for listening, and until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
I'm Ty.
And have a good night, everybody.